This is question number 3, same paper, paper 22, October, November 12. Figure 3.1 shows a plant and the position in which it grows in dead leaves that collect where two branches of a tree join. Now see, this is the plant, this is the tree, and a plant develops from here where roots are there. So roots are developing from this plant, and where it grows, where two branches are connecting, where two branches of the tree join. So you can see here, these are the dead leaves, and from here roots penetrate, and aerial roots, which are green in color and covered by spongy absorbent tissues, develops. Now question, state two ions that in the root of the plant will absorb from the dead leaves. This plant absorbs from the dead leaf some of the ions. From each ion state its importance to the plant. So there are so many ions that can be absorbed, but two of them are very important. So the two ions that are to answer here, and anyway, these two ions are very important. So we usually write in our answer, in such cases, one of the ion is magnesium. Magnesium ion, or you can write Mg2 plus, because they have not mentioned whether we are to write in ionic form or the name of the ion. So we can use either of these condition. And what is its importance? We should know that magnesium is very important part for the chlorophyll. It is an essential component of chlorophyll. And you know, chlorophyll is the main pigment that is required for photosynthesis. And the another ion is nitrate ion. Nitrate ion is NO3 minus. Why nitrate ion is required? Because nitrate provides nitrogen. Nitrate provides nitrogen that is used to synthesize amino acids. And amino acid means ultimately proteins. Amino acid and proteins. Even you can short your answer that nitrate are essential for providing essential for synthesis of amino acid and proteins in the plant. Okay, the next question is, explain how the ions you may mention in A are made available to the plant from the dead leaves. Again, see the diagram. From the dead leaves, roots absorbs nitrate ions, magnesium ions, and other ions as well. So we have to mention that from the dead leaves, how they are obtained. So definitely from the leaves, they cannot be absorbed directly. So first, what happens? The dead leaves are decomposed by bacteria. Bacteria or fungi or both, or fungi. During this decaying process, during this decaying process, ammonia or ammonium ion are converted into are oxidized into converted. You can use the word transform or oxidized. Oxidized into nitrite. Nitrite is NO2 minus ion. So in this way, nitrite ion are obtained, and ultimately nitrate ion. Even nitrite can also be absorbed directly. So nitrate or nitrite, even you can leave your answer here up to the nitrite ion. And this process is called nitrification. This conversion of ammonia into nitrite and nitrate is called nitrification. This process is nitrification. Now, suggest and explain why the aerial roots of the plant are green and covered with a spongy absorbent tissues. Now, see in the diagram that this diagram is there under the leaves of this tree. So this plant, where it grows, enough light cannot be reached. It cannot get enough light for its photosynthesis. So it protrude or develop these aerial roots which moves down, and so that they can capture some of the light for its photosynthesis. So why these are green? So these are green for because of the presence of chlorophyll. green because of the presence of chlorophyll. So this is the reason, that's why these leaves are chlorophyll. As sorry, these aerial roots are chlorophyll. As these, as the leaves, they are talking about the leaves of this small plant which is covered by the canopy of the tree. So as the leaves of the plant sorry, it should be incorporated here. As leaves of the plant are covered covered by covered by the tree. And cannot capture light. So that's why they are green in color, so that they absorb the light. And another part of the question says why they are covered with spongy absorbent tissues. So remember that this plant is developing on the tree. So it has to absorb some water and to store some water so that enough water must be available for the normal function of the plant. So it is covered with spongy absorbent tissues. It is to absorb moisture or water vapors. You cannot write water. You can write water vapors or moisture. So that water can be provided to plant, can be absorbed by plant, can be absorbed by plant. They also retain some water. So to absorb moisture, water vapors, so that water can be absorbed and retain there. Remember that these are developing on the dead leaves, and dead leaves like water. retain water there? Because dead leaves do not have water. So this was the last part of the question.